Just want to give you a quick heads up that the Newly Roommate game is going to be recorded for posterity's sake. So just be careful. If you're going to show your face, it will be recorded. So, but let's go ahead. Let's meet our contestants. So from Fredericksburg, Virginia, it's the University of Mary Washington Newly Roommate game, where roommates compete by answering questions about each other. Each correct answer earns a point, and the roommate team with the most correct answers at the end of the game wins. So let's go ahead and meet our contestants. So after we introduce our contestants, they're going to tell us their name, major, hometown, home state, and a fun, interesting fact about themselves. So start off from from Randolph Hall, we have freshmen Logan and Jack.
I'm Logan DeWalt. I'm a business major. I'm from Salem, Virginia. And an interesting fact about me is that I'm on the swim team.
I'm Jack Dragani. I'm a business major. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. And my fun fact is that I'm also on the swim team.
It's not so much fun because he said it first. So I'm sorry. No, just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Our next contestants are from Russell Hall. We have freshmen Logan and Sierra.
Hi, I'm Logan. I'm a history major, and I'm from Centerville, Virginia. And my fun fact is that I am only 4'9".
My name's Sierra DeVault. I'm from King George, Virginia. My major is English education, kind of. And then my fun fact is I love giraffes more than anything.
Now, Logan and Jack, see what they did? They had two different fun, interesting facts. So so the next two groups, that was the way to do it. So, all right. Also from Russell Hall, we have freshmen Alice and Sarah.
My name is Alice. I am from Falls Church, Virginia. My major is in English with a certification in education. And I have 3 younger siblings. I'm Sarah. I'm undecided for a major. I'm from Charlottesville, Virginia, and my interesting fact is I have a tree named George, and that's the tree right there.
Fun. All right, and finally, we have a set of roommates from the UMW apartments. We have juniors Alberic and Keelan.
Hi, I'm Alberic. I am a double major for preservation and geography. I'm from Alexandria, Virginia, and a fun fact about me is that I have 2 very large cats. So, yeah.
And I'm Keelan O'Hara. I'm a geography major from Charlottesville, Virginia, and my fun fact is that I've flown to Chicago just for a Taylor Swift concert.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you. Again, welcome all contestants. So we're going to go jump right into the first round. So the designated roommate who's going to leave the room, if you could do so now, that would be fantastic. All right. When your roommate is out of the room, if you could just give me a thumbs up and then we can proceed. All right. All right. Good to go. Okay. So how it's going to do, we're going to ask you 4 questions and then you're going to basically answer as what your roommate would answer the question. So you're not answering this for yourself, you're answering that for your roommate. So the first question is, if your roommate could study abroad in any place in the world, where would they go? If your roommate could study abroad in any place in the world, where would they go? And when you're done, just look at the camera so I know. We'll move on. Personally, I'd go to New Zealand because it's fantastic. So, all right. Next question is, who has the better GPA? Who has the better GPA? I'm sure you will talk about that and share that knowledge. Between John and I, it was definitely me. 100%.
We got some smirks when you read that question for sure.
These are going to be fighting answers. All right. And the third question is, what's your favorite go-to order on campus?
That's a tough one. There's so many options.
Mhm. There is. Now, does this also include like off campus, or are we just talking on campus go-to orders? Because that just makes it difficult.
That's true. I mean, you can Uber Eats something and make everything on campus.
That's true. That's true. All right, finally, last question before we bring the roommates back in is, what's your favorite co-curricular activity on campus? What's your favorite co-curricular activity on campus? All right, that's all the questions. So let's go ahead and invite the roommates back in and see if you've predicted what they will say. This is the fun part, especially question 2. It's going to be rough. All right, so we asked your roommates questions about you, what you would answer. So you're going to just answer back if you want to take in the order that I talk to you all in, if you want to do in that order, and respond. And so that way we can see what your roommate said. All right, so the question 1 was, if your roommate could study abroad in any place in the world, where would they go? So where would you go if you could study abroad in any place in the world? I think Logan and Jack, you talk to you all first.
I'd probably go to like Italy.
All right. And what was the response? Hey, look at that. Well done. Good point. All right, Logan and Sierra.
Yeah, I would probably pick England because Sierra and I actually want to study abroad there together. So
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. This is too easy. All right. All right. Alice and Sarah.
I would choose England or Japan. I really like
All right, that's only 1 point, but well done. Again, making sure there's the oars in there.
We've talked about this before.
All right, Albert and Keelan.
I'll go to Denmark probably, and see how that.
Wow. Okay, so it's a dead heat after 1 question. Everyone's got a point, so that's fantastic. All right, the next question was, who has the better GPA? Yep. Logan and Jack.
Probably me.
I gotta give it to him.
All right.
I did for the first semester, but I'm not sure after this one.
I don't know about this semester.
Yeah.
All right, Alice and Sarah.
It's Sarah.
All right. Okay. And finally, Albert and Keelan.
It's Keelan.
All right. Okay. So the next question was, what's your favorite to-go order on campus, or go-to order on campus?
Definitely the Stromboli from Vicelli's.
We eat it once a day.
All right. See, this is not fun when people don't, have as much. All right.
See, if this is like favorite on-campus food, I'd probably go with like the Torah donuts. But since this is like the to-go order, it's probably the Votelli's pizza because they make like the best gluten-free pizza.
All right. Alice and Sarah?
2 pieces of cheese pizza from Votelli's.
Yeah. Nice. All right. And finally, again, Albert and Keelan.
I like a poke bowl from sushi, I think.
Okay. All right. And the final question of this round was, what's your favorite co-curricular activity on campus? What's your favorite? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I would probably go with swimming.
But
All right.
he's gonna ask.
So for co-curricular, is this just like any event thing on campus or?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, well, Sierra and I religiously go to bingo every week, so I'd probably pick that.
All right. Alice and Sarah?
Is eating an option?
I don't think that's a co-curricular, right? Ah, being in the dorm.
I'd say my thing is open frisbee club, probably.
All right. Okay, so that's all the questions for round 1. John, if you want to give us what the current tally is, see what we're looking at.
Sure. Just one moment while our advanced software tabulates everything here.
Yeah. Supercomputers across the country right now are crunching these numbers to make sure that everything is accurate.
All right. We can say with a mathematical degree of certainty that right now we have a almost dead heat. We've got 1 point separating some of these teams.
All right. Is it? Well, there's a lot more rounds left. So, okay. So second round, great first round. So the other roommate, if you want to leave the room, we're going to ask the previous roommate for the questions for round 2. And these are all different. All right, everyone's out of the room. Perfect. Okay, so the first question is, what is your roommate's favorite class that he or she is currently taking? All right. Next question is, what brand of deodorant does your roommate use? I did not come up with these questions. Gallery, everyone, just make sure. I just asked them.
Was that a deodorant pun, Alec?
That was.
Okay. I had a high degree of confidence in that.
Well, you're never too old to spice things up. All right, sorry. John and I will go on puns all night long. So the next question is, where does your roommate prefer to study? All right, and finally, what is your roommate's favorite Friday night on campus activity? Basically, how would they spend their time? So what is their favorite activity on a Friday night on campus? All right, when you are all done, let me know. Just give me the thumbs up. Awesome. All right, well, let's go bring the roommates back in, and we'll see how they do in answering the questions. See if we can make this more of a dead heat.
I'll feel so bad if I get this stuff wrong because she got all of them right.
Yes, you should feel bad. This is really tying up who's the better roommate. So obviously you have a perfect score to deal with. So, okay, same as before. So we'll just go in the order that I introduced you in. So I think we're still waiting on one roommate. Okay, so the first question for the roommates just walking back in was, what is your favorite class that you are currently taking?
Probably my macroeconomics class.
Yeah, I put econ.
We'll take it. Judges, we'll take it. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll do.
My favorite class is queer literature.
All right.
My favorite class is fairy tales.
There we go.
Did you just make a connection? You guys have a class together? That's awesome.
And my favorite class is probably my Glacier's class.
All right. All right.
I've heard that class is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the top level is not great, but when you get below the surface, it just really grows. All right. The next question is, what brand of deodorant do you use? We're getting really personal in the second round.
Before we start going, should we get a score check? We got a question in the chat.
Oh,
Sure.
John, show us that wonderful, lovely score footage.
We have.
Sorry to put you on the spot, John.
No, it's fine. Let me get that updated score in here.
These supercomputers just
they're
crunching
moving at
numbers
top
the entire
speed.
time. Yeah.
Here we go. After one question into the second round, we have Team Albrecht and Keelan and Jack and Logan tied at first place, with Alice and Sarah and Logan and Sierra close behind.
All right. Okay, so now, again, the second question of round 2 was, what brand of deodorant do you use?
Old Spice.
Yeah, I put down Old Spice.
I use Walmart organic brand because I can't afford anything else.
And I just wrote some organic brand because I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you what kind of deodorant I use.
I use like 5 different ones though.
I think Dove. I put Dove. Oh, nice.
And then I just use Old Spice.
But she unfortunately didn't say it like a question. You say Old Spice. So I don't know, judges, we may have to half point. I'm just kidding. All right. The third question is, where do you prefer to study?
I get all my studying done in the room.
Yeah, I put in our room because we normally study together.
Awesome.
For me, mine's the UC lounge.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, that's my building. So yeah.
Oh, well, we love it. Thank you for having a great building.
Well, thank you. I didn't actually build it. I just make sure it doesn't fall down.
Me, it's also in the dorm.
And then for me, it's in my apartment.
All right. Okay. So last question of round 2 is, what is your favorite Friday night activity on campus? What is your favorite Friday night activity on campus?
Dinner at Vicelli's with Jack.
All the time.
All right.
Like every Friday night we go to Sweet Frog, so Sweet Frog.
But it's not just a Friday night activity, but
It's like multi-week.
yeah.
Movie in the dark? Oh yeah, cool.
Yep. Who's that? All right. And finally,
Then mine's just watch a movie with my roommates in the apartment.
fun. All right. Well, that's the end of round 2. John, show us that wonderful score footage.
We do have a bit of a discrepancy. Our scorekeeper's audio cut out during the deodorant question. Alice and Sarah, did you end up matching each other?
Yeah.
Okay,
It was Dove.
cool.
Believe me, I will forget all of this information the moment we leave game. So don't worry about it.
All right. Let me get
You
these
guys are
things-
gonna see Alec in the UC next year. So how's the Dove deodorant going?
I won't remember your names. I'll just remember what deodorant you use. That's really what it's going to be. So I wander around the UC.
All right, our scores are updated. We still have a two-way tie for first place.
Ooh, all right. So we're going to do our tiebreaker question number 1. All right. So for those tied, if one of you wants to leave the room, so we can do the tiebreaker question. And for those who it's not the tie, if you want to leave the room and still play, feel free. It's not as nearly as personal as the deodorant question. I promise. I have the script. I know. All right. So we good? Stay out of the room? Thumbs up. All right. So the tiebreaker question number 1 is, what is your roommate's favorite downtown Fredericksburg restaurant?
Good question.
It is.
I don't even know my own answer to that.
That's Cece, that's absurd. You need to spend the next 2 minutes just thinking about it. So mine is La Petite. Because
Oh, perfect. I mean,
it's-
that's probably
don't steal my answer.
It depends on what meal though, because if we're talking brunch, that's a whole different
Oh,
category.
well, yeah. This is let's do dinner,
All right.
favorite restaurant. All right. Looks like they're both good. If you want to bring your roommates back in. All right. So the question was, what is your favorite downtown Fredericksburg restaurant to eat at?
Vivify.
Yeah.
All right.
Me and hands down.
All right. So we've got one more tiebreaker question because I'm assuming they both got it right. At least by my
Yes.
judges.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have 2 correct answers. Do our other participating
Right.
teams? Did you have
Carry
an
the
answer?
one. Yeah, I'm sure the score's still probably tied.
Yep.
All right. So if the other roommate wants to leave the room, we'll do the final tiebreaker question. This is for all the marbles and the bragging rights. John, what was your favorite downtown restaurant?
So I think that if I'm just gonna have a nice sit-down meal, maybe like Deutschland downtown.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
Especially
If
when
I'm
it's-
just going for something quick, there's nothing like a slice at Benny V's.
Oh, nope. It's bigger than your face. The pizza's bigger
Oh,
than your
yeah.
face. It's great. All right. So here we go. Last tiebreaker question is, what is your roommate's favorite place on campus to be? All right. When you're ready, bring your roommate back in. All right. Your question is, what's your favorite place on campus?
I'd say probably Vicelli's, gonna be honest.
I said his bed.
Okay. All right. So, Albert and Keelan, this is your chance. What's your favorite place on campus?
I said Monroe.
We're always there together anyway.
All right. We've got a winner. All right. Well, congratulations to Keelan and Albert for winning the game. And so everyone did great. So what's going to happen is that all of you will be receiving UMW water bottles courtesy of UMW admissions. And at this
Yay.
point, I'm supposed to show the water bottle, but I don't have it with me. So I have failed.
Give me 5 seconds, Alec.
So I basically failed in one of the few things I have to do. But we are going to, hopefully someone else is going to show you the water bottle. But you all get it. So really, you're all winners, even though some of you are more winners than others. So, but hey, it's a UMW water bottle. All right, John.
All right, we have the UMW water bottle.
Now I wish I had one with me.
So for our contestants, you'll go to Marie House to pick this up. It's at the front desk. And our office assistants will be there 8 to 5 the rest of this week for you to pick it up.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions. And hopefully you had fun and hopefully you learned a little bit about UMW. Oh.
For those in attendance right now, if you have any questions about the fall, about housing, residence life specifically, feel free to unmute and ask them here or put them in the chat. Or I will put our residence life email into the chat so you all can reference it. If you have any questions about the fall or housing generally, the university, we do have current students here as a resource, or feel free to send us an email.
Yeah,
and my name is
Cece.
Cece.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I'm our coordinator of housing operations. So if you have any specific assignment questions, definitely feel free to reach out.
Yeah, and I realized I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. So I'm John Huey. I'm the Assistant Director of Residence Life and Housing. So between Cece and I, we'll hopefully have every answer to res life questions you might have. I think we did have one pre-submitted question, Cece, about, and actually for our panelists or our contestants too, a question came in about, what's the best way to find a roommate? So did any of you find your roommate coming into campus, or did you all go through the selection and matching process?
Coming in your freshman year.
Yeah, your first year.
Sierra actually reached out to me on Instagram saying, hey, we were a 90% roommate match. Then we started talking from there and it was really instant. We kind of like, yep, we're living together. So.
No. Sarah and I matched on the website. She saw my profile or something and she messaged me because I didn't like animals. I didn't want animals in the dorm. And she was like, why the heck not? And then we didn't talk again until you had to select your roommate. The deadline was coming up. So she sent me a request, and I was like, hey, I haven't talked to anybody else. Let's do it.
And it's worked out great.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a great story. So you've got a couple of roommates with really similarities and a couple who just bonded over being so different in regards to animals.
For me, I did my roommate freshman year with my friend in high school. We aren't friends anymore, so it doesn't work out too great. But we've been friends since freshman year, and then we just became roommates this year finally. So that's kind of how it worked out with the flexible housing as well. And yeah, just kind of like, I mean, she did random her freshman year, I think.
Jack and I came on our recruit trip together and we met, and then we saw each other at a swim meet before, like in March, before we were both coming here, and we just decided that it'd probably be best that we room together.
Awesome. Yeah, so for those that are still here listening, there are a few different ways that first year students can find a roommate. So you heard Alice and Sarah and Sierra and Logan mention that they reached out to each other, either in the housing portal or found some information in the housing portal and then, search social media sites. So that's definitely a way that you can find people, meeting people at swim meets or on your recruit trip. Also a great way if you know someone already coming in, you can room with them, or just happen to be random like Keelan did, and be matched up with someone by our office. That's what I did when I was at Mary Washington, and it worked out great. And obviously, or I think it's worked out okay for you too, Keelan, right? Okay, all right. So yeah, just wanted to plug there a little bit of info about roommates, since we are the roommate newlywed game that we just finished up. So yeah, feel free to send any extra questions to us later, and that is all I had.